Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about cockatiel care, cage cleaning, and fun facts. Nico wants to talk a lot today. He's being loud, so you can hear him in the background. So I'll start off with some fun facts. Cockatiels, as many people know, they can fly unless you clip their wings. They can talk, but it takes them most of their life to learn how to talk, and they're better at singing than talking. Their singing is usually more like whistling and chirping, or they just, when a song's on, they chirp a lot, like Nico's doing right now. Um, they aren't the smartest bird species, but they are pretty smart compared to animals. They come from Australia and get their name from being the smaller version of cockatoos, basically, like how parakeets are smaller versions of parrots. They're mohawks. So cockatiels have little things on their head called mohawks. Most birds do, and when it goes up, that means they're either excited or angry. And when it goes down, they're just calm. Nico's mohawk is usually up because he's always mad at everything that he sees. Oh, he didn't like that apparently. They can also hiss to give warning to predators or anyone that they feel is threatening them. He's staring at me right now. He knows I'm talking about him. Yeah. So they can hiss. Most people do not know that. It's not too loud. It's just like... He looked at me. And then some care for them is, so first off, food. Yes, they do need seeds. We have a package of many different kinds of seeds and nuts. Those are all good for them, and also vegetables. They need to be fed vegetables about every other day. They also do like fruit, but fruit, if they cannot have it too much because it has a lot more sugar than vegetables do. So fruit is just kind of like an occasional treat, and then other treats include, let me get some. This is Nico's favorite treat. It's called millet. It's a grain, I think. I don't know. This is his favorite treat. I just give it to him whenever he's good, or when I'm trying to hold him, I put it here so that he'll go on my hand to get the millet. Or he also likes being held on the side like this. One finger is kind of hard for me, but it depends on if you're strong or not. They like other treats would be like nuts, fruit. But don't give them treats too much because then it's not going to be like a treat for them because they'll just get so used to it. Let's see. They're clipping wings. There's a lot of controversy about that. There's no right way to do it. You can clip them or you can't. There's no correct solution to that. I have never clipped Nico's wings. I don't really want to because number one, the process is hard, and number two, I think it'd be better for him not to because we do have a dog, Amy, and it's good for him to be able to fly away from her if he ever gets out or whatever. And she tries to attack him because that's something that Amy would do. You need to get used to holding them. Once you get one, wait like a week, 2-3 weeks until you try to hold them, but you can, put your hand in there or put it by the cage, just go like this to try and get them used to you. And you do need to get used to getting them out, and once you can get them out fine, it's good to get them out about 1 hour every day. You can, if you're doing online school or something, you can have them out while you're in your room, or a good place to go would be like a bathroom, just as long as you don't have toothbrushes lying around, because birds do poop, and you do not want that to happen. And mirrors, I'm not actually sure how birds would deal with mirrors. They might not like them, they might think they might not be able to see them and then fly into it, but birds cannot see glass, so make sure to cover up windows, or you can take them near glass and tap on it so that they know that there's glass there so they don't run into it, because that would be bad. Nico did that once and he got a bloody nose, and that was so sad. But that's what he get. Oh, Amy's mad about something. Anyways, also just holding them. You just gotta put your hand in there every once in a while. Put their treat, on your hand, and eventually they'll get used to it. At first, the first time they come on your hand, probably just hold them in the cage, get them used to you. And also, if they try to bite you while you're holding them, you can either blow on them or just bounce them like this while they're on your hand, because they don't like that. Or blowing on them, they don't really like that either. And it'll teach them how to do that. Potty training, that's not something that you can totally control, but sometimes what you can do is, so smaller birds like cockatiels and parakeets, they go to the bathroom every 10 to 15 minutes, and then bigger birds like macaws and cockatoos, they go about every 15, 20, 30 minutes. So around that time area, you can put your bird back in the cage until it goes to the bathroom, and once it does, give them a treat, and just keep doing that, because birds want to play with you, they want to be out. So they'll learn, oh, well, I need to go to the bathroom, and then I can go out. Speech, yeah, you can just go over to them and be like, hi, or just repeatedly say whatever you want them to learn. Cockatiels take longer to talk, again, than parrots and macaws, things like that. I also just made a video of some phrases that are on repeat that you can play for your birds so that they get used to those if you do not want to do it yourself. So cockatiels can live 16 to 25 years in captivity, so they will be a commitment, and they're pretty good for when you go on trips, because you don't have to take them outside to go to the bathroom like dogs. You don't have to constantly feed them. So they're pretty good for traveling a lot. And cage cleaning, you want to clean it every 2 to 3 days, at least every week, because if you do not clean their cage, it can cause, what are you doing? It can give you and everyone in your household lung disease, and you do not want that from breathing in the stuff from their cage. So yeah, you don't want that. And baths, those, you'll need to be able to take your bird out of the cage probably at first to give them a bath, but you just get them a tub of water and just put it in there, and then they'll do like a bird bath type thing, so you don't need like soap or anything. So yeah, that's everything for care and fun facts. Now let's move on to cage cleaning. Okay, so now we are at Nicos Cage. Here's the whole thing. Magic. And also, I am kneeling, so it's not that short actually. I mean, it's not that tall. It's shorter than it looks when I'm kneeling, but there's Emmy. So this is his cage. It was pretty expensive. It was like $115 online, but they sell them at the pet store for like $400. So don't buy them from the pet store if you don't want to become broke. Nico's like, what the heck are you guys doing? So anyways, this is a really good cage for cockatiels because if you move down here, the bottom drawer slides out. So I just cleaned his cage, but this is here, for he goes to the bathroom, and then it falls through these bars down here, and then it comes through here so that he's not walking on the bottom with all his poopies, because that's good. And also, when we got him, the pet store told us to use corn cob for the bottom of his cage. That is not good for the bird or for people, because corn cob has a lot of dust, and breathing that dust in is not good for you. So we just use paper. We use some wrapping paper, but I know a channel that I like a lot called Snake Discovery. They have a macaw, and they just use newspaper for her. So if you get newspaper, you can use it once you're done with it for your bird. But you'll need a lot of it because, again, you need to clean their cage every 2 to 3 days. So they need some enrichment, of course. Branches, Nico has a ladder here, but he kind of chewed it up. So, and they need a tall-ish cage. This cage is a good size for cockatiels, but for macaws it's definitely too small. So make sure not to get too big of a cage because birds don't like too big of room because they'll feel vulnerable, but a cage bigger than this would be fine, just not like huge. Also, do not put their cage in the middle of a room. Put it against the wall, a wall or in a corner or something, because they like being able to see most of the sides to them, because they, if they're in the middle of a room, they feel vulnerable because there's all the different sides that a predator could come from. So with their food and water, we have little trays over here. I'll show you what these do. I'm not sure if you can see this one, they kind of come out, they like swing out, and then you can take the bowl out and get them some more food and water. This is Nico's food. It's a big container that we just put his food in, but keeping them in the bag is fine, of course. Hi. Birds also like bells, mostly, but they can get pretty loud. So you want to be careful with that if you don't want to be annoyed all the time. Let's see. What else haven't I talked about, Nico? It's like, what are you doing? Water, they get their water dirty a lot, so you'll just need to dump it out and dump it back in. Also, with the food, it may look like he still has food in there, but eventually, when it gets lower to the bottom, it's just a bunch of shells that he's got the seeds out from inside, but he left the shells. So you'll need to dump it out, I don't know, about every few days. So yeah, they're not too hard to handle. Do you want some milk? So watermelon. So yeah, they're pretty easy pets. You just gotta give them a lot of time and make sure that you keep up their stuff. Keep up their cleaning and food and water and everything. Okay. I think that's everything. So, thank you for watching. See you in a bit. Okay, sorry about the awkward camera angle, but this is a close-up of Nicos cage. So it has a perch up there that he can go on, and some bowls and stuff, and a ladder and swing and everything. And then he has some bells, a big branch in there. He has several branches. Also, this skirt thing, I forgot to mention it. This blocks seeds, so when he's eating out of his food bowl right here, he opens the seeds and then they just drop and make a mess on the ground. So we got this skirt, so they get trapped in the skirt because my, I don't know if you can see, my cage has this thing that's supposed to catch seeds, but it doesn't catch them all the way because it's a little small. So this is very good for cockatiels. Obviously it's too small for other birds. Maybe even too big for parakeets, probably, unless you have several parakeets, but, so yeah. You wanna say hi, Nico? No, he's very mad. Okay. Also, if you caught it, he's named after Nico D'Angelo from the Percy Jackson series, and he's a lot like Nico because he kinda hates everyone, and his favorite song is about death. So that's good. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching.